What's up, everyone? Knaftastic here, Rodney, you know me. And what I got for you for your viewing pleasure today is a long time in the process. I'm still working a few bugs out, but I'm going to be having some limited sets of Demko scales for the AD20.5. This is the Shark Lock, the AD20.5. And I did away with the Grivery, which we have the Grivery and the liners. And now we have a fully customizable. Now this will be available with a variety of patterns, be it frag, diamond, triangular, maybe some putter milling, various contours and shapes, even maybe do some round ones. But this is just a real quick show of tale that I can do this now, and it's something that I will be doing. But it's probably going to be, I don't know if I'll probably have a few sets to start off with for sale, and then I'll be doing like a one-off custom type order to where basically you tell me what you want as far as thick or thin, patterned, contoured, raw, whatever the case may be. But we have the full titanium. Now this is just literally just a belt sand type finish with just edge breaks on it, so it does away with the sharpness of it. And this is a linerless. I've done away with the liners. This is just straight titanium using all existing hardware. Basically, if you were to buy this, you would get these two slabs in whatever form they are, as far as, you know, patterned or, you know, anodized or whatever the case may be. I'm going to try to offer a lot of different options. And yeah, this is going to be available. I'm not sure when I'll have some ready. This is the first prototype. There's a few things I'm going to change as I go along, but the action is great and stellar. And granted, it's hard to really show how this thing works underneath the little limited area I have here, but action is great. Fully milled, shaped and contoured. I'm reusing the factory clip in this particular one. Since this is sort of my first prototype, this one will not be for sale. I'm modding as I go and playing with it. It is designed to be used with the factory backspacer. If I can get that to zoom in. The factory backspacer, which I'm still going to do some final sanding and perimeter, but you can see the lengths or the widths and everything, the profiles is basically the same as the factory. I didn't take away from that in any shape or form. We kept that same profile. The thickness of it, the liner and factory setup is 110, okay, 110. And the liners I'm using, or the cover scales I'm using, are 1/8 of an inch. So basically it's going to make the knife about 30 thou, well, let's see, yeah, about 30 thou thicker in hand. So it's still a lean profile knife. So you still like if, you know, a lot of people like this knife because it's lean in hand. But we can also, I'm going to be offering possibly a contoured version, a lean version, which I have some blanks here. If you can sort of see the difference in these sizes, this is what I call the lean version. In other words, the width at the finger grip area is 788, and on the standard we're looking at about 100 thou. So it's just a little leaner in hand. I do have some sets available. I'm thinking about offering this as a one-off option. So in other words, you could keep the factory scale on one side and a titanium on the show side. Because this clip mounts to either right or left, well, the clip's right to mount or left, you can, you know, it doesn't change the setup. You can still use it on the right or left hand depending on your dexterity. But I have enough to make about about 3 sets of regular, and maybe 3 or 4 sets of the skinny, which they're still in process. You can see they're really, they don't look nothing like they do when I start on them. It's just a raw blank of material. But I'm very happy to say that it is done. Like I said, I'm still tweaking on some of the screws a little bit. I got a little bit of final work to do to get some numbers tweaked out. Like I said, this is a prototype and it's sort of still work in progress, I guess, so to speak. But yeah, I do notice there's a slight area here. My blend might have been off just a little bit, but that was on this one because I hand grind. All these are hand finished. They are the only thing that does it before, the way I'm getting them made and fabricated before I get them. Besides that, they are 100% one-off, done individually per knife by me. Set up. This is not a CNC. This is all, I ran all this on a manual mill. And yeah, I'm just having fun doing it. And blade centering is right down the center. And you can reverse flick it. The action is, as you can see, it gets past that. It's nice and fluid. No blade play, no lock rock. It's nice and solid. There are a few things I'm possibly going to be changing as I go on right now because I am using titanium scales. The bearings that are on this knife are running on titanium. So basically what I'm going to be doing is possibly finding a upgrade to the bearings because I'm creating the pockets and so forth inside for these, and I control the depths. I can make them whatever I want. So basically I need to get some hardened stainless washers along with maybe some skiff bearings or custom bearings of any sort that I can, because I can make the diameter any size I want, and we can change this because this, like I said, this is mine. I'm gonna be keeping it. I'm not running any washers underneath the bearing, so in theory it could possibly wear out as time goes on if you flick it a million times a day. But in the ones that I will be selling, I'm hoping to be able to have them available to where we can modify and put any style bearing and add the additional washers to make the long-term use better. But like I said, these will be available in a couple different formats of being raw, in other words, basically just like this with the holes, which is like that there. Basically you get that and the owner would buy them and do their custom filing and finishing and whatever prep work they want to do as far as an anno or custom this or custom that. They can buy them in that way and they get them a little bit cheaper because they're doing the finish work. Or they'll be available in like a raw finished ready to assemble and put on your knife, and then they'll be available in various anno colors and frag patterns or machine patterns such as putter milling, triangular pattern, diamond pattern, anything and everything. Basically, like I said, initially I will have a few sets available for purchase, and then I will have them on a custom order basis. So basically I work with you guys to what you want and I'll custom build it to your exact specs. So that's what I got, guys. Again, this is just a rough format with just a belt sand on there. This is using all factory hardware. Again, there are no liners, using all the clips, the backspacer, the screws, everything, pivot. The one thing that I would have to re-engineer into this knife is something I'm wanting to do, is mine, because I want to get this done, and like I said, it's a work in progress. The pivot is free spinning. The factory scales, the liners on the scales have the D shape in them. Okay, well, because of my setup and I'm doing this totally manual, I could not do the D shape like I wanted to. I actually have to create a program and run that in the CNC without a lot of extra effort. I would, and I think I'm gonna be able to do that, but right now I'm pretty much running a one-man show on an older manual mill, Bridgeport style mill. so the pivot is free spinning, but that's not an issue. Now granted, if you use some pretty major Loctite, I'm guessing that would be a problem. So that's why I'm trying to be rectifying that in the future. So, but I want to get these out here and show you to them. Again, these are, it just feels great. There are, like I said, this is in a raw edge, raw finishes, just buffed and polished the edges, fit and finish. I will be changing a few things, and if y'all see anything that I need to improve or change or ideas you would like, leave a comment in the comment section below. I look forward to working with you guys, and if y'all are interested in getting these in hand, my email is knaftasticedc@gmail.com, and I'm Rodney, so reach out to me. We'll see what we can get going, and I really need to work on a price list, but I know this knife is not a very expensive knife, but these scales are custom. I'm not a shop coming out of China or mass producing these things. They're made one-off. There is some time involved in these. There's been a lot of research and a lot of time put into them, and you know, modding knives, making knives from scratch, custom, all that stuff, you know, it comes with a cost, especially, you know, in our current situation with this and that. But I'm probably going to be looking, depending on which format, from raw of basically you finished to a completely finished with all the options, of between maybe $125 and $250 for the cost of these scales. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, maybe my prices can change, but that's what we're looking at, because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys, and I just wanted to show it to you, and I hope y'all like what you see. And let me know in the comments. If you think I'm crazy, just say, Rodney, you know, you need to move. You need to do something. But anyway, that's what I got, guys. The titanium scaled Demko AD20.5. Y'all have a great day. And remember, Jesus is the real thing. Let's see what this looks like in pocket with a full titanium body. That's what it looks like coming out of pocket. I'm also thinking about doing aftermarket deep carry pocket clips, and also, and of course these will be for additional cost, a fully integrated titanium backspacer. One reason I went with the factory backspacer, because I was doing away with the liners. The little nut screws go into these D-shaped holes in this backspacer, and to be able to maintain and get these screws in and out easier, I decided to figure a way to use the factory backspacer. So that's why the factory backspacer is there. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. God bless. Bye.